What time is football practice after school? Our four choices are 1000 hours, B, 1330 hours, C, 1800 hours, or D, 2215 hours. I'm going to explain this twice. Once for people who are familiar with a 24-hour clock, and then for people who are not familiar with a 24-hour clock. If you are familiar with the 24-hour clock, you would know that 1000 hours would be in the morning, and that would be a time when most students are in school session. So they would still be in school, would not attend football practice. 1330 hours would also be a time, since most schools finish after 1300 hours, they would probably still be in school during that time. The next time would be 1800 hours, which would be kind of like around sunset, depending on where you are in the world, but it would be later in the day. And then for 2215 hours, that's the time most people go to bed. So logically, eliminate that way, we're looking at 1800 hours would probably be the best time for football practice. Now, if you're not familiar with a 24-hour clock, then we could do some subtraction and convert this to a 12-hour clock. So 1000 hours is before noon, so we would write that as 10 o'clock a.m. Just remove the colon and add a.m. Anything before 1200, you write it as that number. Now, what I would do for 1300 hours or 1330 hours is subtract 12. So 13 minus 12 is 1, so I could rewrite that as 1:30 p.m. For 1800 hours, to convert that to a 12-hour clock, I subtract 12. 18 minus 12 is 6. Remove the colon, so this would be 6 o'clock p.m. And then for 2215, again, I subtract 12. 22 minus 12 is 10. Add a colon and put the 15 across from it, and we'd have 10:15 p.m. And again, logically speaking, students would be in school during the time periods of 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 10:15 p.m. would be bedtime for most people. So the most logical time, the one left over for football practice to start, would be 6 o'clock p.m., and that is the correct choice. Answer choice C.